What's up everyone? Today we're going on a virtual tour of Ghana's 10 most mind-blowing destinations. From ancient castles to walking above rainforests, wild safaris, floating villages, and even petting crocodiles, this is the ultimate Ghana travel guide. If you're thinking about visiting Ghana, you need to see this. I've packed this list with history, nature, and adventure, something for everyone. So grab your snacks, get comfy, and get ready for an epic journey. We're about to dive into Ghana's top 10 must-see spots. Let's go! Our journey begins at Cape Coast Castle, a place of haunting beauty, layered with centuries of pain and resilience. Perched on the edge of the Atlantic, its whitewashed walls and imposing structure stand as silent witnesses to a dark chapter in human history. This UNESCO World Heritage Site was once a major hub of the transatlantic slave trade, where countless men, women and children were forcibly taken from their homelands and shipped across the ocean into bondage. Inside, the dungeons are dark, damp and suffocating, cramped spaces where thousands were imprisoned for weeks or months, awaiting an uncertain fate. The air is thick with the memory of suffering, echoing with the silent cries of those who passed through the infamous door of no return. The stories here are gut-wrenching, told by guides who don't shy away from the truth. They recount the horrors endured, the families torn apart, and the resilience of those who survived against unimaginable odds. You see the stark contrast between the suffering below and the luxury above in the governor's quarters, where colonial officials lived in comfort, often oblivious to the misery beneath their feet. Today, Cape Coast Castle is a place of mourning, reflection, and education. Visitors from around the world come to pay their respects, to learn, and to honor the memory of those who endured so much. The sorrow and resilience of those imprisoned here is palpable. Standing in these cells, you can almost feel the weight of history pressing in, but also the strength and spirit that refuse to be broken. Stepping outside, the vibrant life of Cape Coast today is a jarring contrast. Colorful fishing boats, lively markets, and the sounds of a thriving community, all unfolding in the shadow of the castle's somber past. Visiting Cape Coast Castle isn't just a history lesson, it's a profound human experience that challenges you to confront the past, reflect on the present, and consider the future. It's a heavy start to our journey, but an essential one, because understanding Ghana's story means facing its darkest moments, and honoring the resilience that continues to shape its people today. Next, we're heading deep into the wild heart of Ghana, to Kakum National Park, home to one of the most thrilling experiences in West Africa, the famous Canopy Walkway. This place is a true paradise for nature lovers and adventure seekers alike. Imagine stepping onto a narrow rope bridge suspended 130 feet above the lush rainforest floor. With every step, the bridge gently sways, and your heart races as you realize just how high up you are. The air is thick with the scent of greenery and the sounds of the jungle below. The view from up here is absolutely unreal. You're suddenly eye level with playful monkeys leaping through the branches and vibrant birds flitting from tree to tree. All around you, a sea of green stretches as far as the eye can see, making you feel like you're floating above a living, breathing world. To reach the walkway, you first hike through dense, humid jungle trails, guided by local experts who point out rare plants, hidden insects, and the calls of distant animals. Every step brings you closer to the treetops, and the anticipation builds with every twist and turn of the path. The bridges themselves are narrow, wobbly, and just wide enough for one person at a time. You grip the ropes tightly, feeling the adrenaline surge as you look down at the forest far below. It's a test of courage, but the excitement is unforgettable. From the middle of the walkway, you can see the rainforest stretch for miles in every direction. The sheer scale of the forest makes you feel tiny, but in the most awe-inspiring way possible. It's a perspective you simply can't get from the ground. There are 7 suspension bridges in total, each one offering a new angle and a fresh thrill. Crossing all of them is a challenge you'll never forget, and every bridge brings a new sense of accomplishment. Kakum is part adventure, part nature tour, and 100% breathtaking. Whether you're here for the adrenaline or the scenery, the experience is unforgettable. The misty mornings make the forest look magical, and every moment feels like a scene from a movie. If you love nature, crave adventure, or want to conquer your fear of heights, this is the perfect spot. The sense of camaraderie among visitors is amazing. Everyone cheers each other on, and you leave with new friends and incredible memories. Walking among the giants of the forest, high above the ground, is something everyone should experience at least once. It's pure magic, and it will stay with you long after you leave. Now we're off to Mole National Park in northern Ghana for a real safari adventure. This isn't a zoo. Here, elephants, antelopes, warthogs, and baboons roam free. We hired a guide, jumped in a 4x4, and set out across vast savanna and forest. The thrill? You can even do walking safaris, tracking elephants on foot. We spotted herds of antelope, warthogs, and baboons causing chaos. The anticipation builds. Any moment you might see a wild elephant. And then there it was, a massive bull elephant just feet away. Later we found a whole family at a waterhole. Mole is raw, unpredictable, and unforgettable. You're not just watching, you're part of the adventure. If you want a true African safari, this is it. Mission accomplished. Next up, Lake Volta, one of the world's largest man-made lakes. It's so vast you can't see the other side. It feels like an ocean. We chartered a boat and glided across calm waters, surrounded by rolling hills and eerie submerged trees. The highlight? Visiting Dodi Island, a peaceful oasis in the middle of the lake. Along the way we passed fishing villages and watched locals cast their nets, a tradition passed down for generations. Lake Volta is vital for food, transport, and electricity in Ghana. It's a place to slow down and soak in the scale of nature and human engineering. Whether you're boating, fishing, or just relaxing, it's a must-see. The serenity here is unmatched. Lake Volta is Ghana on a grand scale. Time to dive into the heart of modern Ghana, Accra. This city is pure energy, vibrant, chaotic, and full of life. We started at Independence Square, a symbol of Ghanaian pride and freedom. Next, the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum, an architectural tribute to Ghana's first president. Then, Jamestown, the city's oldest district, famous for its lighthouse and fishing community. But nothing compares to Makola Market. Thousands of vendors, endless colors, and non-stop action. From fabrics to fresh produce, it's sensory overload in the best way. Accra is a city of contrasts. Historic landmarks beside modern skyscrapers, peaceful parks next to bustling markets. It's the beating heart of Ghana. To truly experience the country, you have to spend time here. Every corner is a surprise. What a city! Back on the coast, we visit Elmina Castle, the oldest European building in sub-Saharan Africa. Built in 1482, it became a major center of the slave trade for over 300 years. Walking through its ancient gates is like stepping into a dark chapter of history. The dungeons are brutal, the stories heartbreaking. The female dungeons sit directly below the governor's chambers, a chilling detail. In the courtyard, a church stands at the center, surrounded by suffering. The door of no return marks the final exit for countless Africans. Visiting Elmina is about bearing witness and honoring the victims. It's an emotional, unforgettable experience. Time for nature. Lee Waterfalls, the tallest in West Africa. To get there, we hiked through lush forest, crossing 9 rivers on wooden bridges. The jungle is alive with butterflies and the sound of fruit bats. The anticipation builds as the roar of the falls grows louder. Suddenly the trail opens up to a breathtaking cascade surrounded by green cliffs. The lower falls are easily accessible and the mist cools you instantly. You can even swim in the crystal-clear pool at the base. After the hike, it's the ultimate reward. Standing under the spray is pure awe. Woolly Waterfalls is paradise for nature lovers. Don't miss it. Now for something truly unique, Nzulezu, the stilt village. The only way to get there is by canoe, gliding through serene wetlands. Legend says the village was founded by people led here by a snail. After a magical paddle, you see an entire community floating on the lake, houses, schools, and even a bar, all on wooden stilts. Daily life unfolds on the water, fishing, kids playing, canoes as taxis. The people are welcoming, eager to share their way of life. The village relies on the lake for everything. It's a fascinating example of harmony with nature. And Nzulezu is more than a tourist spot. It's a living, breathing community. Walking the wooden walkways is unforgettable. A floating village in Ghana, absolutely amazing. After all the adventure, it's time to relax at Aburi Botanical Gardens. This oasis in the hills is filled with ancient trees and rare tropical plants. The air is cool, the atmosphere serene, a perfect escape from city heat. Stroll down palm-lined avenues and marvel at trees over a century old. The gardens are a center for research and conservation too. There are lawns for picnics, quirky features like a hollowed-out tree, and endless photo ops. It's a place to slow down and reconnect with nature. Aburi is the ultimate recharge spot, pure tranquility. For our final stop, we've arrived in Paga, a small town in northern Ghana that's home to the legendary Paga Crocodile Pond. This place is famous across the country, and even beyond, for its extraordinary relationship between humans and wild crocodiles. Here, humans and wild crocodiles coexist in a way that truly defies belief. It's not just a tourist attraction, this is a living tradition, woven into the daily life of the community. According to local legend, a crocodile once saved the life of the town's founder, and ever since these animals have been considered sacred protectors. The story is passed down through generations, and you can feel its weight in every encounter. The guides, who know each crocodile by name, call them out of the water using a live fowl as bait. It's a ritual that's both respectful and mesmerizing to watch, as the crocodiles respond to the familiar voices. Watching these massive reptiles slowly emerge from the murky water is both thrilling and terrifying. Their sheer size and power are breathtaking up close, and you can't help but feel a rush of adrenaline. Once the crocodile is calm, you're actually allowed to approach and touch it. Yes, you can pet a wild crocodile. It's an experience that feels almost unreal, and your heart pounds as you reach out. The locals have been doing this safely for generations, passing down their knowledge and respect for these animals. It's a tradition that's as much about trust as it is about bravery. Standing just inches away from a wild crocodile, it's a mind-bending mix of fear, awe, and deep respect for the tradition. The energy in the air is electric and everyone feels it. The bond between people and crocodiles here is truly unique. It's a relationship built on mutual respect, trust, and centuries of shared history. Paga Crocodile Pond stands as a testament to the power of respect, tradition, and cultural wonder. It's a place where the impossible feels possible. For visitors, it's one of the most unforgettable and surreal experiences you can have in Ghana. The memory will stay with you long after you leave. What a way to end our journey. Absolutely wild, and a perfect reminder of the magic that exists when people and nature find harmony. That's a wrap on Ghana's 10 most incredible places. From powerful history to wild adventures, this country blew my mind. I hope you're inspired to add Ghana to your travel bucket list. Which spot would you visit first? Let me know in the comments. If you want more on Ghanaian food, culture, or festivals, hit like and subscribe. Thanks for joining me on this epic journey. Until next time, go out and explore.